Lest we forget Jesus' priorities, he dies in the company of two criminals, one on his right and one on his left. In a sense, Jesus was one of them, convicted. Those same words appear in St. Matthew's story of the Last Judgment. When we reach the pearly gates, Jesus divides us into two groups, sheep and goats. The sheep stand at his right hand, the goats stand at his left. And to the sheep, Jesus says, "Come to me." To the goats, he says, "Go away from me." However, not everything is as it seems to be. Just moments before he dies, Jesus faces his last temptation. One of the criminals taunts Jesus, "Save yourself." How similar are Luke's third temptation and Jesus' response, ordering angels to save him and protect him from harm. In the midst of violence, torture and vitriol, Jesus utters two surprising statements. "Father, forgive them, they know not what they do." And, "Truly, I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." The word justice carries several meanings. The two criminals expect procedural and retributive justice. Indeed, the good thief says, "We have been condemned justly, for we're getting what we deserve for our deeds." Jesus refuses to treat us as we deserve to be treated. In fact, no punishment, including the death penalty, could ever succeed in righting a grievous wrong. Amazing grace abounds when we gaze upon a fresco of the Last Judgment in an Istanbul church. Instead of St. Peter standing at the welcoming gates, the gaunt young good thief awaits. He extends the hand of compassion to the bewildered because he has experienced the largesse of Jesus' forgiveness. Jesus gives him so much forgiveness that he has more than enough for himself and loads more to give away. The truth is, we get to heaven not because we're good, we get to heaven because God is good. What a remarkable ending to the Passion narrative. Jesus sees justice as being given more than we deserve, whether we walk with the sheep or with the goats. The Lord is always willing to give us yet one more chance to give in to the divine embrace. For theologian Paul Tillich, this is the overflowing power and potency of God's grace in the world. Grace comes to meet us when we least expect it, when we are in great pain and restlessness, when we walk through a dark valley of a meaningless and empty life, or when despair destroys all joy and courage. Then, in our darkest Calvary moments, we hear the voice of grace spoken in us. You are accepted, accepted by that which is greater than you. Simply accept the fact that you are accepted. Now, that's an extraordinary claim to make. Can you swallow it? Pope Francis writes, "Every stranger who knocks at our door is an opportunity to encounter Jesus Christ, for he identifies with the welcomed and the rejected strangers of every age." We cannot allow ourselves and our contemporaries to think of asylum seekers, the homeless, the addicted, victims of violence, as goats to whom we utter those misunderstood words, "Go away from me." The Lord is dying for us to love tenderly, to act justly, and to walk humbly. Loving tenderly sees us welcoming, protecting, promoting and integrating the strangers who come seeking asylum and a better future. Acting justly sees us pursuing procedural and restorative justice rather than punitive or retributive justice. And walking humbly sees us associating with those Jesus associates with. Yes, even the goats. Has Lent prized our hearts open even a skerrick more to God's searing grace in the world around us?